What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, bringing you another Insight commentary. And today, I'm bringing you some more of that Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 4 gameplay, where I'm playing Domination on one of my favorite maps, Rogue Transmission. And in this gameplay, I just really get it going. I pull it together for my team. I go 36 and 13. This is an edited down gameplay due to time, but 36 and 13 ain't too shabby. Pull a very close win with my team, and I'm using the CZ3A1 PDW weapon, and I'm really liking this gun. Ever since I unlocked it, I gave it a try, and I'm just going to town. I'm really enjoying this weapon, so give it a try. It's good for that mid to close range combat, as you'll see here, and I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. But today I wanted to talk about one of the big announcements we got from Sony at the CES, or Consumer Electronics Show. And that is the announcement of the PlayStation Now. And I wanted to talk about what this is and kind of some of my thoughts about this, and kind of just talk to you guys a little bit about this crazy new feature that's coming. So what PlayStation Now is that it's a subscription-based service that will allow you to play PlayStation 3 games on your PlayStation 4. And it really shows us what Gamecite can do. It's basically the fruition of why Sony purchased Gamecite. And the cool thing about this is it's not just PlayStation 4. You can actually stream PlayStation 3 games to your PlayStation Vita, smartphones, tablets, currently in firstly Sony Bravia TVs, and eventually all smart TVs. That's insane. That is absolutely crazy to be able to stream games to a TV without a console. Wow. And the way it's done, I mean, you have your PlayStation 3 controller, and I'm pretty sure you just download an app, you boot it up, you have your library of games, and you go. That simple. It's really crazy. And I don't think anyone really saw this coming. And I know for me, I didn't see this coming at all. For the fact that we knew Sony had Gamecite, we knew some sort of cloud gaming was coming that would help you stream some of those older titles like your PS1, your PS2 games, some of your PlayStation Network games. But I honestly didn't expect anything from that until like late 2015. Maybe even longer than that. I mean, these things take a lot of time, but no. We're getting this. PlayStation Now actually launches. I think they're doing a beta next month. After that, it's launching this summer of 2014. Now, we don't know if that's the beginning of summer, middle of summer, end of summer. I mean, that could mean the beginning of September, since that's the last month of summer. But who knows? That's still really soon, though. To have such a ambitious project coming out so soon, they've obviously been working on this for quite some time. Now, what this streaming will do, it'll stream in 720 to the HD TVs. It'll obviously do well on the Vita with the OLED screen, but the resolution will vary on those mobile products and handhelds, obviously. And I'm really curious to see how it's going to work on like your phone or your tablet when you're playing a game like The Last of Us. Now, another thing about the PlayStation Now, since we did get to see some demos, or at least they had some demos for the media, some of the first games that are be coming to PlayStation Now is The Last of Us, Puppeteer, God of War Ascension, and Beyond Two Souls. So some pretty big games, especially The Last of Us, and finally The Last of Us is coming to PlayStation 4. If you pick up the PlayStation Now, or if you subscribe to PlayStation Now, you will have access to The Last of Us, and you can enjoy what I believe to be one of the greatest games, period. You need to play that game. And one of the cool things that they even said is with The Last of Us is that you'll be able to play multiplayer. And now, that's really ambitious because, as you know, with any remote player streaming type thing, there's always latency issues. And one of the things they said is that PlayStation Now has low latency. It works pretty well, and they showed a few demos. I watched a video of it. It looked like it was working well. It looked pretty good. I mean, it's definitely no PlayStation 4 or Xbox One graphics, but They're still good graphics, dumbed down just a little bit, but especially when you're playing on the Vita even, you're not going to notice because it's on such a smaller screen. They said that to do PlayStation Now, the internet connection, the least you'll want is a 5 megabytes per second for the most ideal gameplay. And that, I would say that's about pretty average for across the board in the US. So that's what's coming. And I'm really excited. I think this is crazy. This is awesome. Now, one of the things they didn't discuss is price. And this is where it can get a little tricky. Now, because they did sell, this is a subscription-based model. PlayStation Now is something you subscribe to, similar to PlayStation Plus. It's a monthly service that you pay a monthly fee for. What that fee is, nobody knows. Will any of this be available to PlayStation Plus subscribers already? Highly unlikely based on the way it was presented. But I want to have that optimistic thought to think there will be some form of PlayStation Now for PlayStation Plus users. It just seems like the Sony thing to do. And one of the things they did mention is that not only will the high-end subscription model have access to the whole library, there will also be a renting model to where I'm assuming you can rent on a per-game basis for an X amount of time. That's what I'm thinking will be available for PlayStation Plus subscribers, but we'll find out, I'm sure, soon enough, because this thing is coming out pretty quickly. Now, like I said before, I'm very excited about this announcement, and not to partake in any of the console wars or anything like that, because I do play Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation, but I am very excited and very happy with my PlayStation 4 purchase, and seeing this just reaffirms that. I think this is an excellent service. Sony is just playing all their cards right, and I think they're really doing some great things for the gaming industry. Now, one of the things I'm most curious about with this announcement is how both Microsoft and Nintendo are going to respond. Because we all know when one company does something, the other two have a response. That's just how it works when you have such a good competitive industry. And Nintendo has their virtual console. You can play some Xbox titles on the Xbox, but nothing really like the PlayStation Now. But one of the things I've always said is Nintendo should have a subscription-based service with their virtual console to give you access to all of the great classic Nintendo games they have to offer, whether it be Game Boy games, Super Nintendo games, regular Nintendo games, all of those wonderful games you should have access to through a subscription-based service. I think that's better than buying single games, because they're like $5 to $15 a pop, and I think more people would be willing to pay some flat monthly subscription fee to have access to that library to play these great games than to buy them singly. And that's what I think Nintendo needs to do. So I'm really hoping that they hop on board with some similar models so they get a flow of income. Maybe throw in a few extra benefits like PlayStation Plus, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a great service that people want and could potentially buy your console for. But this is a big announcement. I think it's really cool. I'm really excited to see how it's going to work, what the price point will be, and how the rest of the industry will respond. And one of the great things about this is this sets Sony up for an all-digital future. We all know that games are going 100% digital. We're going to not have to go buy discs anymore. That's just the future. That's the way it's going to be. And I think this is a perfect situation to have and a perfect service to offer in an all-digital future, to where you have a digital library that you have access to through this subscription-based service anywhere you go and anywhere you have a broadband connection. To me, that just makes perfect sense. And you'll still have your digital store where people can buy games, download those games individually, but then you also offer this service to where you have access to an entire library of games. I think that's the future. I think that's what Sony has set themselves up for, and I'm very excited. So let me know what you guys think about this PlayStation Now announcement in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video and the gameplay, let me know with a like, and if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget Facebook and Twitter. Hit that button down below.